Hello my beautiful badgers, Messicoda back again with another game dev interview. This time it's with Tor from Sirenix, the creators of Odin. Odin, the amazing inspector plugin for Unity that lets you enjoy powerful, customized, user-friendly editor without having to write a single line of code for all you lazy badgers just like me. This was a fun interview, part of the 25-hour charity stream that we did to raise money for Macmillan Cancer Support, and we were talking about secret surprises which have since been announced. So sit back and join. I'll see you all in a moment. Everybody sitting at home in front of your Google Watches, your Alexa microwave PCs of the future. No Macs allowed. Give a warm and messy, validating welcome to Thor from Sirenix, aka those people over at Odin. Hey, welcome to the stream, buddy.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here.
Well, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you for helping with this wonderful charity. The exclamation mark charity.
Of course.
In chat. Now, Odin has been around for a while, but you weren't always under the brand Sirenix, were you? Some people might recall back in the day how you appeared on the asset store. Do you want to
Yeah, that's actually quite a long story. So it used to be called DevDog, but I was never actually under DevDog. It was myself and a couple others were making Odin, and we were like, we have no idea how to put this thing out on the asset store, and we were put in contact with these people from DevDog that were wanting to look into asset publishing. And
who put you into contact with them?
We were in an incubator environment for like game developers in Denmark, and they knew somebody who knew one of the DevDog people. Soon, if you ever knew him, awesome guy. And anyways, that we sent over our stuff, but they were like, "This is awesome. We'd happily help you." And then they helped us. Like they already had Inventory Pro going, and I think they launched Quest System Pro as well right around that time. I don't remember the exact timing of that, but they were already pretty big. So we launched Odin basically on their account and with their backing, and then. But eventually they got tired of the asset business and they sort of shut their stuff down.
It was your fault. You drove them away from the asset store.
No, they had other bigger things they wanted to go try. So basically we took over what they had left, and we open sourced everything, that all of the DevDog assets on GitHub, because we didn't make them, we couldn't support them, right? And then we just focused fully on Odin and renamed everything to Sirenix. I mean, we were already Sirenix, but then we renamed the publisher account to Sirenix as well. So that's that story. We sort of came in a very weird, strange way, experimenting with having like a publisher on the asset store. I'd say it sort of worked out for us. I'm not sure it was. It's hard to say if it was worth it, right? Because how much of our initial success was due to coming through a reputable brand like that.
That's a question. Like, is that worth it? Like, did you notice there was a benefit for doing that, being the new?
Well, it's hard to say again, because we don't know what it would have been like without it. Odin did get a bunch of attention. I don't know if it would have gotten, like, it was a success right out of the gate. It was the first thing we ever did. I literally, right out of college, we started making stuff. We published Odin, and here we are, right? Never done anything before that. So I don't have any other experience from which to draw. I have no idea if it would have been a success or that much of a success right away without DevDog.
Damn the need of a time machine to go back and do an A/B test.
Yeah. Well, let's say we didn't regret doing it that way. They were awesome people and they were great to work with. They helped us also make sure everything was like nice and polished and so on. And yeah, it was overall a pretty good experience, I would say.
Are there a load of headaches to go with
it was tight on the money sometimes. Sorry, what?
Like, is there a load of headaches to go with that? Because how do you manage getting your sales? Like, people buying your stuff, buying Odin through them on the asset store, and then you go like, where's my money? Yeah, where's my money? Like Stewie from Family Guy, like turning up at DevDog.
No, I mean, we invoiced. They provided us with access to the Unity API for sales on the asset store, and then we could go look at how much we made, and then we would invoice them for our cut. And it was very simple, actually. There was not much of a headache ever at that point. The only headache was if we forgot to send them the invoice, which happened every now and then. And then we go, hey guys, we haven't paid you this month. Send us the damn invoice.
Because you're young out of uni. It's not. They're not the things that you think of on your mind.
Mm.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it was very easy. The whole thing, working with them was great.
Like, there's a lot of people with questions that we get about ever is, can I be an asset store publisher? Can I make a living? Can I do this full time? And this is Sirenix. This is your full time job.
Yeah, it's always been my full time job. So, and I mean, yes. And here the answer is sort of for me, that answer is the opposite of what came in the stream before, because this was the first thing we did. We've never done anything before Odin. And Odin does, I mean, Odin, we've been like a bunch of people for a while, so Odin doesn't make enough to support a whole group, like just on the asset store, even today. So we had to go like do our enterprise tier pricing for that to happen. But if it had been just one or maybe even two people, Odin would be making quite a decent living. For one person, it would be quite good.
If it wasn't for
the answer
enterprise,
is if it wasn't for enterprise, our company would not function today at all.
It still baffles me that that this is not part of Unity. Right, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna pop over to. I've got my Unity projects are dying. I've got. I think the URP one's about to explode. I'm gonna close that one down because it is gonna explode. Do not save. So we're gonna play about. Thankfully, Odin doesn't need to be HDRP or URP. It has no impact whatsoever.
No, it's completely irrelevant. Yeah.
So I'm allowed to play with my built-in render pipeline version. No judging, people at home. Okay. Let me share my screen with you so you can see in real time. So
don't besmirch the burp.
Don't besmirch the burp. I love it. I'm getting that on a t-shirt. That is now coming on a t-shirt. By the way, !Odin in chat for those who haven't done an !Odin in chat yet. And also an !charity to remind those that we actually are doing a stream for charity. We're raising money for Macmillan Cancer Support. Put your fingers in your pocket and start helping with this wonderful cause. Right, you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Lovely. You are seeing
on
my
the
screen.
stream, actually. So, no, I can watch it on Discord as well. That's awesome. Yes, there we go.
What's the point of me sharing my Discord with you if you're just going to be laggy in Streamland, or?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
That is a good point. Right, now, I want to draw everyone's attention to this because I was playing about with the test call beforehand. I had tried to be professional, everyone. I tried to do test calls with the guests. Most guests managed to do test call. And Tor actually drew my attention to this, which indicates how proud. Look at that smooth transition, that animation that you got going on there.
I don't know how many people ever noticed that, but we spent way too long working on making that very nice.
How much time did you spend on that?
I think it was Bjarke. It was like our shader magician spent like an entire day basically making that thing, which is quite a lot of time. Maybe he doodled on the weekend or something like that. He messes around with shaders all the time, but that's like a sign distance field shader. He's like one of those shader toy people, right? Who loves sitting on shadertoy.com and messing with shaders. And so that shader is actually a combination of many mathematical shapes and functions that are combining together to create exactly those shapes in a pixel perfect way.
Oh my word.
We do have SDF icon library in Odin as well. Like we provide all of the icons Odin ever renders are like built using this technique, but that's like a very custom SDF shader. You can actually go up into tools, and where would it be? Would it be under tools? Up in the menu.
By the way, chat's saying they don't
Odin.
see it. I'm watching the stream. I can see it. You're not noticing it. It's this. You see where my mouse is moving? Okay, chat. It's this. This is what we're looking at. Over here. This little
It's a
People-
tiny little thing.
Chat trying to work out what's he talking about. We're just seeing the editor.
Oh yeah, so it's the bottom left of the scene view. There's the validator notification icon that says how many issues you've got in your project right now. You click it, it opens the validator. You right click it, you get a few settings. And it's the little the way the icon animates and different things. I don't know. It's just me personally. I'm very well. I didn't even make it, but I'm very proud of it in a very silly way. It's one of those stupid little details that you go like, oh, I wonder if people are even going to notice or care. But we thought it was fun, so we wanted to do it.
I love it. I love the fact also no one could work out what we were talking about. And it's like this is the most important feature out of all of Odin that we're talking about right
This
now.
is the most. Nothing is more important than that in all of the validator. No, that's not true.
Now, I got a question in chat. Right, I'm going to call you Drammy. Okay, says, is it possible for Dramolks? Is it possible for Odin Inspector to include that preview window that the normal inspector has, the one where you could preview 3D assets, etc.?
Yes, absolutely. That's called inline editor. The inline editor attribute, you can just put it on any field that has a reference to a Unity object, and then it will draw the inspector, or depending on what the object is, the preview, or a combination of those two. And you can also pass in some parameters to the attribute to configure like the preview and which thing should it show and how big should it be and stuff like that. So absolutely you can do that.
Oh my word.
It would be I can share my screen and I can show that if you would like. Because you don't even need to. I set up a cool thing, so if you just put me back on camera, I'll just do this.
Make you big.
Yeah.
I'll bring you down there.
Here.
And I go over to this window. There. Look how professional we are, everyone. Super Crazy says, always wanted to get Odin, but got other more visual assets instead. Oh dear. Super Crazy. I wasn't sure what Odin was. This is such a great stream to find out. This Odin is something that should be built inside Unity as standard. And I still can't believe they haven't bought you out yet and thrown a load of money at your feet.
A lot of people say that all the time.
All the time. Now
That's one of the more common comments we get.
We've got an hour. We've got another 14 minutes to play about together. Okay.
Yes. Spend our time wisely.
We will spend it wisely.
That's how you want to spend the time.
I want to spend it doing whatever makes you happy, because what makes you happy makes me happy as well. But do you know what makes me even more happy? It's when people donate. So if we get up to, we're at 185 at the moment, okay? And I'm thinking if we can get 100 quid donated during your 40 minutes, do you think that's a target we could get? Could we get up to
possibly?
Maybe if we get up to 285, and I'm going to push maybe say 250. If we've raised 250 by the end of this stream, should we do something crazy? Should we give away? What should we do?
Let's give away. Let's give Odin to everybody in chat.
Okay. But do you want to know how many people are in chat first before you say something like crazy?
No, that's fine. How many people? It's going to be like 40 or something, right? 30.
It could be like 10,000. You know, this is.
Ooh, well, then I've made a very big promise, and I should probably have watched my mouth.
Exactly. You should probably watch out first. All right. Brian, how many people are in chat at the moment?
We have 35.
It's a bit hard to explain, says Drammy, what I mean, as it's had to build using the editor code, which I didn't like. But I was basically loading in a 3D model inside that preview window where you can resize it and it gets updated inside the editor. I tried the inline editor attribute, but it didn't produce the same results as I needed.
Yeah, so here you're going to get this error, as I do distinctly recall. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. This is this is what we want to get. We want to copy that one, and then we want to put it in here. So you can, so for example, like if I paste into that, for real, Unity, why did you do that?
Are you just telling off Unity?
Yes, it's always because now looks like they changed the copy method again, so now I can copy this. Look, Look, it's not copy pasting it, which is frustrating because now we need to go fix that again. This is why Odin breaks sometimes when Unity updates, then they're changing everything in the inspector all the time.
Odin doesn't break. It's Unity that breaks around Odin.
Yes, that's true. Unity breaks, and then Odin has to adapt to the new way in which it breaks. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead, and this is gonna be much simpler. Or I should have just put in like a material or something. But you can get a preview of a thing if you just
You know that
there we go.
oh
So now it does that one, and then we want to make it do a preview, which is inline editor mode.
I was gonna say, you know that my stream is cursed for people having bugs and problems.
Of course. I mean, that's the proud tradition, right?
Yeah.
Everything breaks when you're on a stream. Here we are. Okay, there's your preview, which is the thing. So basically, if you put this thing on, then for whatever the object is, Odin is going to render the Odin is going to render whatever Unity would put down here in this like in the bottom bit of the asset typically, which right now is absolutely nothing I can see, which is kind of sad. No, is it? Here, that's one.
There you go.
So it's basically gonna put a variant of this. And I think actually, if now that I recall, we can in fact just do this and drag that in here, and then it should, and then it will give you exactly that preview. If you want only the preview and nothing else, then you can say inline editor object field modes that are completely hidden, and then it's just going to be like, it's just going to render the preview and nothing else.
Oh.
So that's how you get the preview. And it's going to draw whatever is in the bottom of the Unity would put at the bottom of the inspector, basically. We just call that method, and Unity is going to provide whatever image it wants to provide.
Well, that was a lovely quick preview, wasn't it? I will try to experiment some more and try to make it work. The idea was that I have a preview character with all armors available. I can use a slider to see what armor part of that armor scriptable object would unlock and make it easier for me. Yeah, well, it's just adding.
That's just changing what is in this field, or you could make this like a property if you want that has like a get or selected armor or whatever, something like that, right? And then you just you would have to add show an inspector. So as a property, it'll show up in the inspector, and then I mean you can just with any code here just go. I mean. So I'd set some example up, but the principle is quite simple in this. You just change what's behind this property now, and then in here it'll just update based on what you set it to. You can have a slider where you go through an array of things or whatever.
Thank you so much.
I think you can even do asset list.
Look at you. Like this is what you're going to be doing for the next half an hour.
Yes, just do customer support. That's great. And then there's actually not a terrible amount of assets in the project, but you can see here that if I now go here and there's a bunch, then you can see there's 8 possible items to select. Right?
No way! That's just
and
disgusting.
It'll just toggle between all of those. And if you just put all of your assets in a folder, you just give the asset list like a path to where you find that, and then it'll give you all of those so that you can toggle through. Like some kind of object, right? So that would be how you achieve something like that.
So that it needs to be embedded. It needs to be part of Unity. It's so frustrating that it isn't. Because do you know what the most frustrating thing about Odin is? Right?
Mm-hmm.
The most frustrating thing about Odin. This is my one beef going back to the DevDog days, right?
Yeah.
When I was talking to Joe about it, right? And he kept on saying, "Oh, yeah, that will come soon. That will be in the next update, right?"
Redistributable.
Right? Yeah.
I guess it.
Okay. And it's because it's once you start using this is the warning to everyone in chat. okay, who's about to get Odin or has got it and hasn't used it yet, once you start using Odin, you can't live without it. Oh, I'm getting a drink. Thank you, sweetheart. What is this? Coffee. Thank you, darling. Got a coffee. And you can't.
You're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need it. And you can't live without it once you get it. So because you can't live without it, and then you start making things that you want other people to use, they also need to have Odin. But you can't make stuff that then has like a compiled. Oh,
It's such a difficult problem.
Trust
we have put so much effort into trying to make that happen, or thought about how it could possibly happen. Like, first of all, the tech side is fairly complicated. And then the legal licensing side is also fairly complicated.
Damn those
we
lawyers.
do redistributables now, but not for general purpose assets. We do redistributables for modding frameworks and SDKs for games. We sell those licenses. If you go to our website, you can go in the pricing. You'll see it says like modding redistributable basically. And for example, if you're familiar with Humankind, the civilization-like turn-based strategy game, they use Odin for their modding framework by Amplitude Studios under Sega. Pretty cool game. Check it out if you don't know about it.
I don't know about it.
And there's a couple of other games coming up or existing that are going to use Odin for their modding frameworks, where users then download like the modding SDK, and then they can create mods in Unity for that game. And the tools to do that are built in Odin. But crucially, that's not for general purpose. Like, they can't press build and then create some other thing, right? It's just for creating mods for that game, which is what makes it so easy for us to do, because we can just basically make it a normal build of Odin. That does a bit of checking, like, oh yeah, I'm in the right project and everything's good.
But enterprise money's what's keeping the lights on, though.
Yes. Yes, it is. And I mean, so that's the thing with, if we were to offer an Odin redistributable that you could put in any asset, like for example, those very nice inspectors that he had in Cozy 3 before, and if he wanted to use Odin to make those, well, and he got the redistributable, well, would he then have all of Odin bundled into his asset? And could the users then use that version of Odin to customize their own inspectors and then build a game? And like, where does the buck stop? Like, do we need to provide some limited version of Odin that only does those inspectors that have been pre-approved?
I've got an easy solution, mate. Have Unity buy you out for £1 million. There you go. Or £1 billion. I don't know.
Well, as ever, we can't comment on what may or may not have been said, or
no comment, Your Honor.
Yeah.
No comment.
No comment on that.
I don't want to get anyone in any trouble. Would I get anyone in trouble? Has anyone ever come on this stream and got themselves in trouble? You should have seen 210, right? The guy who made ML API. He came on for an interview just before he was. I think he just signed with Unity to like sell ML API to Unity. And it was just, and he wasn't allowed to talk to anything about any specifics. And I was trying so hard to get him in trouble, but also not get him in trouble. And if you look at he looks like he's 12 years old. He's so cute. He's like Tintin, right? And I felt so bad. Like, oh, I don't want to get you in trouble with Unity. You've just sold your baby. I don't want you to scupper this deal. But at the same time, I want to know all of the secrets about what's going on. Like, I'm somewhat of a like, this is somewhat of a paparazzi journalist type program, isn't it? I'm trying to get people to leak things that they shouldn't do. You know, who's sleeping with who's secretly who's daddy, you know, that kind of stuff. But it never happens. Don't worry, I won't get you in trouble.
But rest assured, we want the redistributable case to be able to happen, or to make it such that they wouldn't need the redistributable. If everybody could use Odin for assets easily and cheaply, that would be awesome. But it's just really difficult to make it work without also nuking our own revenue source in the foot. and then there wouldn't be any Odin because then we wouldn't be around to update it.
Yeah.
That would be a problem.
These are there's people asking like, how do I become an asset publisher? And if you start small, but suddenly your asset takes off. Now, the more time you spend supporting your asset, the more of your time you've lost earning money that you would spend getting money in another way.
We had that problem, but what we started doing was anytime we started getting a bunch of the same sort of support question, or anytime we really got a complicated support question, we asked ourselves, what could we have put into Odin to not have gotten that support question?
Oh, it's cool.
Like, could we have put a little tooltip in the inspector, detected that specific case, and then told them what's going on right away so they don't have to go ask us why this or that doesn't work? And then we just kept doing that and iterating and saying, oh, we're going to have an attribute preview like this thing that got here. And that's can show them all the different things that are in Odin, right? And like we just tried to sort of preempt all of the sorts of support requests. And that helped. Like we still, I feel, are pretty on top of our support. And also, secondly, we have a really helpful community. Like people in our community, a few individuals in particular, probably mostly, but generally everybody in our community is super, super helpful to each other. So when somebody comes in with a question, often the question will have been answered before we can even get to it.
Oh, that's great. You gotta love that.
Yeah, it's nice.
There's I won't mention any names, but there's another asset publisher that's coming on, and they were like, struggling under the support of like needing to do, and they had somebody in their community step up and go, am I allowed? Would you mind? Would it be okay if I come in and help you and do your support? And when you got people
for free,
for free, and you got people who come in your community
nice.
coming up and asking that, and
that's lovely. Yeah. We I think some of them also like it for the points. Like we have an upvoting system in our Discord where people can give each other points if they're helpful. And so some of them want to top the scoreboards. I think they like it when the point score goes up.
You've gamified it. Lovely.
And actually, that's how we found, like, when we wanted to hire more people, that was the first place we looked. Because we want to, like, hire somebody to work on Odin and do Odin support and add features to Odin. Then, obviously, you want to find the best people, and who better than the people who are helping everybody already. So we just went through and go like, hey, you want a job? And then we hired. Oh,
that's amazing.
So that's been quite nice. So some of them managed to get a quite decent job out of that.
And did you publicize that so people know that actually this is a way to get in at working at Sirenix is by being active in the forums and the community?
We haven't hidden it. I think a lot of the people in the Discord community are aware. Because obviously these were some of the pillars of the support already. Like the one we hired, Schwapo, as his tag on Discord, and he was like far and away the leader, I believe, or he was about to catch up to the leader. At that time. So, everybody knew him because he was always sitting around and helping. Like, he used to joke that he was still doing the same thing every day because he used to hang out and help people in Discord all the time. Now he's just getting paid to do it.
I love it. Oh, talking about people getting paid, Bit Gamey's just donated 10 quid to Macmillan. Thank you so much, Bit Gamey. Bit Gamey says, good luck with this amazing fundraising scheme. Such a worthy cause for a charity that everybody knows and way too many people have needed services of. Very well said, Big Gaming, mate. Thank you so much. Right. I've never played with Validator. Okay. Right. If I go back to my side.
Yes.
And I want to get rid of that that annoying, really annoying animated red warning that comes up. Like, oh, this. What is this? What do I?
Yeah, so click it.
Clicking in it.
And then the validator should pop up, yeah. And then you got there a thing. If you expand it, it would like a lot of horizontal space, ideally. Okay. So you can put it down in the bottom or something. Then you can see that maybe drag the bottom box up a bit as well there. Yeah, so you can see. So you can see there's the fix.
That's a lot of
that
a lot of
method.
sections, Tor, mate.
Yes. So you go, and then you press the fix, basically like open setup wizard, or you can also tell skip, but open setup wizard. It'll open the setup.
Can I dock that?
You can click it there.
Is that dockable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And then you'd click the validator setup wizard.
Setup wizard.
And you can start that. I'll take you through like the basic setup of how to use the validator. So the validator is, well, it'll scan your project in the background and find stuff that's wrong, but you need to tell it like where do you want it to scan. If you did that, for example, now it's going to scan the entire project.
Oh.
And
okay.
Yeah, so if you say there, so the default profile, the main profile is like, it'll scan all the scenes and build options. It'll scan the scenes you have open right now. It'll scan all, basically all scenes you can see, and then all assets. And here you can say, well, I would only like it to scan like this folder, or all assets of this type, or these bundles, or stuff like that. You can't just let it go on the whole project, but as I understand it, your project is quite lethally big, so maybe you want to just do like the open scenes right now or stuff like that.
How do if I want to do just my messy folder, messy join folder,
then just take the folder down from the project, you just drag it up onto that.
Right,
Yeah, you should be able to just drag it up.
Like that?
Yeah, like that. There you go.
Oh, that's just obscene.
And
this is disgusting.
And then I would probably also disable the scenes apart from like open scenes and like the scenes and build option and the scenes on Unity. Maybe you want to do that scene, like the messy scene there that it found in your.
This feels so nice. This is wrong. This doesn't feel like I'm using Unity because it's responsive.
Anyway, so once you've configured it with the stuff you'd like it to scan, then you can say, well, these are the rules I would like to be enabled by default. Each of the rules has like a description. So I can see actually they're not coming up right now in this view. So maybe you want to configure those.
So what should I click?
Well, let's see. I think just leave that on default for now. There's a bunch of different rules, but you can go into the settings afterward, and then there'll be descriptions of the different ones. I'll actually make a note because I thought we had the descriptions out on this view, but it looks like we don't right now.
What if I click this refresh or reset?
It's reset to default, yeah. And then you can also see that there's for everyone, and then there's for this machine. So there's the global, like this is the configuration for everybody who has this project. And then for this machine, we'll store the preferences locally on your computer so that you can modify like your setup without touching how everybody else who's working on your project is getting it. So if you have like a very big project, you can like have local overrides for different settings in case you want something specific.
Okay.
And then you can move on.
Wait, before I move on, we jinxed it because Vians and Chia. No, it actually works. Well, yeah, but we thought it was working 100%, but apparently it's supposed to have descriptions as well. But
no, I think we just didn't put them in here.
There you go.
I think we forgot it.
This is what I mentioned earlier.
We added them after we built the setup wizard.
You see, so the problem is, right? If I get used to using things like this, and then I go back to using vanilla Unity. It's like people have got used to playing World of Warcraft with all of those mods on to make the game better, right? and the interface better. They can't go back to playing vanilla World of Warcraft because they're like, this is crap. Obviously, it's not because they're part of the company that pays my wages, so it's a wonderful game. But now, if I go back to using vanilla Unity after I start using a lot of Odin, I would start having withdrawal symptoms. Surely,
we get that sometimes.
Have you got like Odin anonymous helpline for people?
It's called our Discord. You can come in and tell everybody your misery.
Like people who are working on other projects for companies that don't use Odin, and they have to deal with the fact that they don't get any of the Odin features. What do I do here then? What do I click?
So these are like different event hooks that we have where you can say run a validation profile on certain hooks. So say if when you build, you want to run like the full profile and then reject the build if it doesn't work. Or maybe on Project Startup. On play, you could say, I want to scan the open scenes on play and then stop entering play mode if the scene is not valid. Now, obviously, that comes with a little bit of a performance penalty. So it can be dangerous to use, or not dangerous, just it can be annoying to have to wait for a scan. So if you choose something where it'll have to scan a lot, then obviously that's annoying. But having the on build, for example, can be quite convenient. And then you'd have to select which profile you want to run. And right now you just have the main profile, like the default one.
So that, I mean, on build makes perfect sense, because then you're not wasting your time having built and then go, I should have.
Yeah, and then you can see, you can tell it what it should do if it gets a warning or an error.
If warnings, open the validator. If errors, explode.
Beautiful.
It is lovely. By the way, people at home can't see this little pop-up that appears because OBS is detecting it as outside of the application window.
Oh, I see on the stream. Yeah.
Yes.
Will Odin support OBS has an application?
Great question.
We're working on it.
You are.
We're working on it. Yes, we are.
Have you applied for an Unreal grant?
We have, for related technology. So we're working on some stuff that will hopefully let us bring Odin everywhere. To both to Unreal, to Godot, to like independent application development, whatever you want. That's like our end goal. I'm gonna give any timelines because it's there's a lot of stuff on the roadmap before some of that happens, but that is our current goal.
I love it. So I told my wife I have to watch the stream. She's happy to be shoveling snow for charity. Thank you, Super Crazy. I appreciate that. Exclamation mark charity. Not Godot. You know what? I'm anything that puts more competition to inspire and promote innovation. I am well.
I agree. I'm 100% for the mission of Godot.
Right, how close are we to getting we're at 205. All right, we are 45 pounds away from hitting our 250 pound mark. And if we get 250 pounds donated, everyone in chat gets a copy of Odin. Okay? He's promised that. So
yes,
we're 45 quid away. So thanks to Super Crazy, Bit Gamey, Danny, the Geomantic Wanderer, Sanyo, everyone who's been donating, Dev Panda, Brock Dub, Watch Me Great Games, Chris, that third Trapper, other Chris. But we're still 45 quid away from hitting this part of the stream's target of 250 quid. All right, put your fingers on your keyboards, and 41 people in chat at the moment. Still valid. Hey, Tor? 41 copies of Odin. Are you sure?
Sure.
Yolan, can you please post it in the Discord? Because I forgot to post that we're live. I also didn't post on. I think I set a scheduled alert to go off on Twitter. I'm not sure if it did it or not because I didn't notice that it went off. So if people, can you chat? Army of people in chat. There's 41 people in chat. Go to your socials and spam that we are live. Okay. You can't post to announcements. Can't you? Can't the mods post to announcements? All right, I'll do it. Hang on. Let me do it now. Okay, announcements. Hey, everyone. You got to do an everyone tour. We are live. 24 hours stream. I can't spell stream. Right now with Odin. Right, at from Odin, giving away 1 million, billion, trillion, maybe 40 copies of Odin. If we
for the question of can we choose validator instead of inspector? Yeah, we'll do Odin, inspector, and validator.
Hang on a minute. What did you say?
Yeah, no, we're giving the whole pack away.
What? I didn't sign up for this. You're giving. Do you think they deserve it
Definitely.
if they hit the mark? If they hit the target?
Yes, if they hit the mark, then they'll deserve it.
If they hit the target, all right. Okay.
Ah, nice. You're at Unite. Awesome. Somebody's says it was great meeting the Odin team at Unite. We had a lot of fun at Unite meeting everybody. That was awesome.
Unite was. Do you know what? It was my first ever Unite. I was expecting a lot more Razzmatazz, but the karaoke on the last, at the end of it, that was awesome.
Oh, you had fun there?
Oh, I loved it.
It was so loud down by that end of the party that I just flinched away. I was hanging out outside.
Oh, did you not stick around for me singing karaoke?
I'm afraid I missed that glorious moment.
So I was really enjoying myself a little bit too much, singing karaoke, and I sang with a colleague of mine on there as well. Brian says, "I believe I met you at GDC." I was literally on a call last night, and I was asked if I had Odin, and I didn't, so I need it.
Very possibly. We were at GDC last year, and that too was a lot of fun. It's always fun to walk around on those big expos and meet people, and I also just talk to everybody else. I love it. Though I'm probably not going to be at GDC this year. I'm busy working on other stuff.
Working on these new secret shenanigans that you're working on over at Sirenix.
Yes, the super secret project that's not so secret. It's slightly secret.
Yolo says, "I love Odin when I can use it." Exactly, when I can use it. Nicospasm says, "The serializer is incredible too. Built save my save system on top of it." Oh, nice.
I'm happy to hear that you're getting use out of it.
Do you know what? I'm needing to have a better serialization solution. If only I could use it when I'm making assets for people.
Oh, you can. Odin Serializer is open source. You can use it. It's under Apache.
Can I use
it's under
it?
Apache 2.0. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
you
moving,
can use Odin Serializer. So Inspector is not, but the Serializer is.
Oh, then I'm moving Mest over to that then, because that's been my biggest pain in my bottom. Has been my safe system.
The whole serializer, not the data visualization, the editor customization, obviously the validator and so on, but the serializer itself, yeah, that's open source.
Okay, there you go. That's for another stream where Messi tries to start using Odin Serializer to do an update for
You
Mist.
can, if you want me around, I can help you out with that.
You've said it now. It's live on stream. You can't run away from that, buddy. I'm tying you down from that. I get free support developer because he said it live on the stream. Okay, I'm going to send him all of my code, chat, and then you say, "Oh, can you just do this?" Well, I'm going down the pub. Right, now on this stage, the config. What do I do on the config?
Well, you can say you probably want to leave it on the default setting there, but here's asking you what sort of background validation do you want to have in your project? Like, do you want it to be sitting in the background and scanning stuff? Or do you right now it's saying it's only going to be scanning stuff in the background that you're actively working on and modifying and changing. So it'll be scanning the open scene. If you're selecting an asset and modifying that, if you're pulling from source control and assets change, it'll go scan that. It's not going to scan the entire profile all the time. Because the validator sits in the background constantly eating up a little time slice of the frame time, scanning assets and checking everything. So as you work on stuff, it'll sort of let you know, oh, you just changed that value, or you just deleted that material. It was needed over here. You should probably fix that.
So we've got to be careful that we're not too heavy then.
Yeah, it'll try to minimize the amount of time that it uses. You can control how much time you give it every frame, but sometimes it has to ask Unity to load an asset, and sometimes Unity decides that loading this prefab takes 100 milliseconds, and then we can't really do much about that. We have asked them for an asynchronous database loading API, but they have not yet given it to us. Even though they said, we'll make that happen.
They've told you where you can find it at the moment. By the way, chat, you've got 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes to raise 45 quid, right? There's over 40 people in the chat. Exclamation mark charity in chat. I'm not bullying you. I don't want to bully you into donating, but I am going to bully you. If you want over 40 people to win a copy of the entire Odin Suite. Yeah, which we've never
What source
had.
code?
We've never had this before. Got to point out. Okay, Tyler, Mr. T-Bone in the chat. You got to make 45 exclamation mark charity, $45 worth, £45 worth of donations. Not one person, you know, it all adds up. But everyone, because I'm not allowed to say like, okay, if you donate, I'm going to give you a prize. That's illegal. Not that I can't do that. But if we've hit a target and then we give to everyone free stuff, then that's apparently there's nothing wrong with that. Could do that. You know. So there you go. Right, I've come to the end of my wizard.
And then it'll give you all the like tutorials and so on if you want to go. And those are typically just links to the website.
And now I don't want to click.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just go open the validator itself. Now it's happy that you've sort of like it'll start running, so you can just close that window.
Okay. So
yeah, you can just close it up there.
Close.
Yeah.
All right, go away. Shoo. Is it gonna go?
Can you close it while you're on it? Does it
Oh,
let you
they did.
well.
Yeah. Can. It was a little bit. It was a little bit upset about it.
Hmm.
Okay.
And now it says that you're good right now.
Look at that. It's green. When I click it.
And try pressing the like the play button up there, like the empty one.
Hang on. Let me make sure that's on focused. All right. Go back to.
And then it should start. You should start scanning now, because then you'll trigger it. Now it's going through the main profile. It's scanning your folder. It's scanning the open scene. And it's taking a little moment because there's a lot of stuff in that scene I can see. If you want to tell it to fast forward, you can press that like skip ahead button.
Oh.
And then it'll sort of
not going slow.
It'll
that slow?
Yeah,
would you class that as slow? That little blue.
That is very slow. That is very slow.
Really?
But I mean, we can only right now we've only got like if you go into out on the left tab of the thing, you can see there's
Can I stretch that out?
you can't no, that's down at the bottom. There's an arrow there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then ooh no, that clicks out that thing. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that just clicks that out. So you want to go to the one that has like the bars under the cog, I believe. Just click through them. You should be able to get that's the bulk fixing profiler, that one. And then under max tick time, just drag that out to the right.
Oh, look at it go!
And then it'll take up more time every frame. It should go a bit faster. You can also just tell it to fast forward up it.
Fast forward.
Fast forward. Boom. There you go.
Right, we got another £2 donated from Sengoku. Thank you, Sengoku. That is messy. Yes, that is messy. Okay. How are we getting on? We're on £206.05. Right, we're 44 quid away. If we don't hit the mark, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get we're gonna give away a couple of copies.
What are we gonna do?
People.
Yeah, we'll give a little bit. We'll give a little bit less.
Yeah. Oh, come on, chat. Chat, you're the ones who told me to raise the bar to £1,000. Okay? And we're offering everyone in chat to get a full copy of Odin Suite. Which one of you, which couple of people in chat are gonna take on become the hero that everyone needs and do the donation? Let's see what happens. Right.
You can
now,
see
to be fair,
there was a lot of stuff.
We've done fast
in that
forward,
scene.
and it hasn't really done anything.
You can cancel, and yeah, so that's the thing. It's the very first time it scans. It's not quite sure how much there's going to be in the scan. You can tell it's getting closer to the last mark, but this means that every time it hits an object, there's new stuff that it has no idea like how much stuff is going to be in it to scan. So next time around, the progress bar is going to be much faster because it stores like how many things did I look at inside of this bit here last time, and then it'll be able to give you a much better progress bar. But this time around, it can't. If you hit cancel, it's just going to continue. Like it doesn't stop it.
Really?
So yeah, it's just going to keep scanning from there. There you go, and then it just keeps going.
Oh, let's look at this.
It found some stuff. 252 warnings and 3 errors.
Box
Invalid
contains a
layer
duplicate.
11.
Oh, look at this.
And you can say that that's not like an error.
Yeah,
That's probably not an error in
yeah,
this case, right?
because he's got a collider here and a collider there.
Exactly. And in that case, you would be able to go to that rule and then add an exception. So if you get, you probably want to, I believe there is a, so there's a rule for that up in the list of rules, which is just under the folder icon.
That one.
That one. And then you can see duplicate components. You can right click that.
What happens
right?
Okay.
You double click it. Oh no! Oh, it's over on the right side. We changed this. I'm sorry. They've been working on the validator, and I'm out of date. You can just add Box Collider to the list of exceptions, and you can say, "Well, I'm allowing Box Collider to be, two Box Colliders are allowed to be on the same object." You can just say, "I'm going to add Box Collider."
Okay. Let's see if.
And there you go.
Box. This is so cool. Okay. Did everyone at home see that menu pop up? I'm not sure if people could see that.
No, I don't think they did, because that's like a window.
Oh.
You forgot to press commit. I believe you didn't press save when you did it. You have to actually enter.
Okay.
It takes a little moment to open that because it looks at every single type in the entire.
Okay. Box color.
And then you double click it.
Double click it?
Yeah.
That's not intuitive to me.
Yeah, then maybe that we should change that. But it's so you can select and press enter and go up and down and do the search and stuff.
When I clicked it once, see, look, now, if there was a confirm down here, that also acts as the double click.
That is a very good piece of feedback. We'll tell them.
You're welcome.
Or we could just go at it. I think it's literally an option we disabled in it to make it a little bit cleaner looking.
If I was like, okay, all my colliders. Oh, I can't shift.
Oh, really? See, this would be great. We could just I'll make a note. See, this is why it's great to have other people sitting and doing stuff, because then you're like, they'll tell you, oh, I was expecting this or that, and then you can make that happen.
By the way, how am I supposed to
make that happen?
Please make that happen. How am I supposed to record everyone who was in chat? It's not a bug. It's a
logistical. That's a logistical issue. I thought it would be your problem and not my problem.
Right. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up Word. Right. And I'm going to do multiple screenshots. Because what we're going to get people watching the VOD back and going, yeah, I was in chat. And I'm like, no, you weren't, mate. Yeah, it was.
Could you do a raffle for multiple people? Because then you could just do a raffle for the number of people in chat.
Oh, yeah.
Pick everybody.
That's brilliant. Okay. Everyone who wants to get a copy, right?
Oh, we see, we got more people on. Did some people tell their friends, hey, dude, come on, we're going to get Odin?
How many have we got now in chat?
48.
How much money have we raised?
I have no idea.
Anonymous put 45 quid and an £11.25 gift aid. Oh my word. All right, we've got 251 quid. We've hit it.
We've got it. There you go.
Why did we do that? Okay. Fine, you animals. Exclamation mark raffle in chat. Okay.
Everybody gets one if you do the raffle.
If you do exclamation mark raffle, your name goes in the list, and then I can save you as evidence that it was you. You have to be a follower. Click on that follow button down there. Thank you, Anonymous. You cheeky badger. All right. We've hit that. We've hit our first milestone. 250 quid. So that means that we're 25% on the way there. Doing our maths.
Awesome.
And we were
25%.
And we were 2 hours in.
Yeah. That's great.
We can actually raise some good money tonight if we're not home. Because basically what we're doing, we're raising the money that you raise pays for nurses, it pays for people to get care at home, it supports the phone lines. There's so much, it costs a lot of money. Because was it like 87% or 85% of the money that it costs to run Macmillan is raised through charitable donations. So they need, bottom line is they need donations, otherwise they don't live. They don't survive as a charity. And if they don't survive as a charity, they're not helping people who are trying to live with cancer and survive on this planet. So every quid that you're doing, every £2 that you're donating, every 50p that you put into someone's tin when you walk past the shops makes a difference. And as we've learned, if anyone was at the start of the stream was watching the intro and learning about Macmillan, it all started because Mr. Macmillan got given a 10 quid. He got given 10 quid. And he used that 10 quid to start helping others and to start a charity. And it basically spiraled from there. So, over 100 years ago, £10 started what we've got today. Amazing work.
That's amazing. That's an awesome story.
Yeah. All right. How are they getting on with their raffles? We've come to the end of our time as well.
Yes.
Now, Tor, you know what this means?
Mm-hmm.
You've got to come back.
I've got to come back.
You do.
I'd love to. That's been fun, and like we discussed, yeah, I'd love to come back.
And I can't believe, yet again, another guest has managed to get out of singing.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing.
Why not? You got a lovely singing voice.
I used to be in the Royal Copenhagen Boy Choir, actually.
Oh, mate. Hang on, what are you showing now on your screen?
Oh yeah, I put this up because I was like, maybe I'll have time. So we talked about we were doing something to bring Odin to Unreal, to Godot, and so on. We're building some pretty cool stuff, and this is like just a test case demo UI we built in that thing that is going to support Odin in all those spots. So this is something we're working on. We're gonna share more details about what exactly this is later, but I can tell you that this was very, very easy to make. It's completely like procedural from code, and it's very, very fast. And it's gonna be super fucking awesome. We're so excited. Oh, I said the word.
Fudge. You said fudge.
Fudging awesome. I'm so sorry.
My children are like, Daddy, my ears hurt now.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, this is going to be really, really cool, and this is one of the biggest things that this is the biggest thing we've ever done.
Wow, amazing. Right, so you got to come back on to have a play about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. We've had the people.
All right.
Right, go back to doing your big beautiful face. There you go. Yes, this will do.
Oh, I'll do my big beautiful face. You can have me here. Oh, but now I need to put the big beautiful background on. There you go.
How many people? Do you know what? It's an indictment of how many people have already got themselves converted and having to live with the shame of owning Odin and never being able to use vanilla Unity ever again. That so many people in chat already own Odin. We've got if you've already owned and using Odin, then you're never going to be able to go back to using vanilla Unity. I'm sorry. It's the one problem of using Odin that does that. You just can't go back until they buy him out.
Well, yeah, or until we make it free. But that's probably not going to happen. But we want to. Oh, how much we want to. If we could and still make money, we would. But that's it. That's life.
Do you know what? What if Epic came and bought you out? Like Unity having their chance, they've blown it, and then Epic, yeah, go over to Epic, mate.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be fun. Oh my word. So many things. So many fun things. Again, thank you so much for coming on. And it was such fun getting a cuddle
awesome,
in real life. I was mentioning earlier that Tor is one of the few people now that's seen my face without it being animated.
And what a handsome face it was.
Oh. And surprisingly, very similar to the cartoon version as well. With the moustache and all. It was even lovely waxed at the time. And I've got to tell you, Thor, it's a lot of effort to keep that waxed moustache erect during, like, you know, those kind of shows because of how much heat. And it can go limp very quickly. Not an easy thing to do.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, I haven't committed to anything quite so complicated.
You should try it. I think it would work well on you.
I've been there with the long beard, like the really massively long beard. It's not my thing. I got tired of it.
You got tired of finding old hamburgers.
Of being tired of being Gandalf.
Fly, you fools.
Well, mate, I will catch you next time you're on. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes,
buddy.
awesome. Cheers. Have fun, everyone.
And you're going to stick around to watch Malbers next?
Yeah, I'll stick around for a little while, but I do have to go within the hour, so I'll be around for a little while.
You got it, because Malbers has got an announcement to make.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, see? You can't skip that one, mate. All right, catch you later, buddy.
Cheers.
If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now, and down below there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.